babe.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm Brian,
I'm Vanessa,
and
and
we're
we're
the
the
Pals.
pals.
Hey, man, this is our second episode of the Powwow with the Pals, and we are so excited. We just want to just thank you for just liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel.
Yes.
Our first episode was about our journey, how we met each other, how we became uh,
A couple.
a couple.
Yeah.
Basically, we're a couple. How we became a couple, how we met each other, some of the drama, as she called it,
Shenanigans.
that was going on at the time. So this episode is going to be a little spin. It's going to be our dating journey. It's going to be how we dated,
Mm-hmm.
also how we met each other's family.
Yep.
It's going to also be about
Marriage counseling. Well, it's actually premarital counseling.
premarital
Yeah,
counseling.
because marriage counseling is,
when
marriage
you,
counseling.
when you messed up, when you already married in there, and you
Yeah.
messed up. Okay.
And it's nothing wrong with needing a little marriage counseling every now and then to just kind of,
break the monotony.
Yep.
And then we're gonna talk about the move in, move out. I don't want to
Mhm.
miss that. The move in, move out is so funny, man. Oh man, the move in, move out is so funny. And then we're gonna talk about our wedding day and then our honeymoon. So,
Yep.
but first and foremost, we want to just wish everybody
Happy Valentine's Day.
I know it's
Yeah.
a couple days after Valentine's Day, but we just want to make sure that you guys had a great Valentine's
Yes.
Day. You spend it with your loved one, with the one you love, spouse, significant other,
Yeah.
somebody you're thinking about marrying. We just want to make sure you had a great time on Valentine's Day.
And what did you guys do for Valentine's Day? I know it's a lot of different things called like Galentine's Days where you hang out with your girlfriends and everybody just kind of hang out. Do guys do that?
No, we don't do that. We don't do no Galentine's Day.
Well, I mean, I'm just asking. I don't know what be going on in the other
But
world.
I don't know. I don't know. There could be some guys out here. You know what? Matter of fact, I heard a couple people say they hung out with their partners at the bar and stuff, and
Okay, they
just
single.
chilling. Yeah, I mean, they got into it with their girls.
Oh, so they all went out and kicked it with each other.
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah, put it in the comments.
What did you do on your Valentine's Day?
Bake cupcakes and dip some strawberries for my customers. So it was cool. I mean, I've been doing it for the last
Ever.
even when it was in
ever.
Right. Yeah.
But we had and I drove around.
Yeah, I think this is the third
drop
year.
Off deliveries.
Seems like it's always bad weather Valentine's Day here.
And I'm always driving in a truck, pickup truck, eat through the snow and ice and everything. We just go drop off the goodies and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then we went and got something to eat. We didn't stay in to.
We went and ordered it and
got
came
it to
back.
go.
I used some of my executive benefits at the Longhorn, and we got us a free dessert for Valentine's Day. And then we turned around and this go tell our age, y'all. We went and got our Valentine's Day dinner from Cracker Barrel. We old, man. We
ain't nothing wrong with Cracker Barrel.
Man, that is an old person.
Well,
I mean, forever spot to go get you something to eat at on Valentine's Day.
Every place was full, so I mean, you got to think about that. And we didn't want to go in and sit down and people coughing and all that other stuff. We ain't.
But
we'd be at home.
We was at at Cracker Barrel, and we grabbed the food, came back.
Watched the movie,
and it was a good little Valentine's Day and everything, man.
So yeah, it was cool.
It was real cool. But now we're gonna get off into our first date. Oh man!
So he asked me, was it like that same week?
It was
that we met June, and
it was probably like a week or so later.
Yeah. So we ended up finding out we only worked like about 5 or 6 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
And then we would talk on the phone. Was texting even a thing back then? No, we had beepers.
No, what did you tell me? It's 2000. What you smoking?
We still had people pagers.
We didn't have no pagers in no 2000.
Some of y'all had some pagers.
Hey,
drop it in the comment if you had a pager.
Man, not in no 2000. We still.
But it wasn't no texting. We would email.
We ain't email. We text.
Call.
We text each other.
I don't remember texting. But anywho,
We
he
text each other.
called me and said he asked me to go out to eat. Let's do lunch since we only worked 5 or 6 minutes.
6-7 minutes apart.
And we went to Tippins.
Tippins.
Yeah, Tippins.
Tippins
it was on Olive.
And it's they are known for their cakes and pies, and it's like a big dessert spot, but they also serve comfort food.
Yeah.
And we got there. I got there a little bit early, and then she got there, and everything came in, and I just saw her in there, and then we just had a good time. We laughed, we joked around, we saw people in there, y'all cousins out there, just coming in there trying to get free food and saying they food code, and that's y'all cousins out there. So, what you remember what we all ordered?
Nope, I don't. He trying to be funny.
Hey, but what she ordered, and this is the thing, she ordered a turkey club with the chips with it and everything, and she got a pickle with it. And I had ordered the shepherd's pie. And for those of you all don't know what shepherd's pie is it's like a casserole with ground beef, potatoes, and cheese in a casserole, and it's so good. And I was raised on shepherd's pie. My mama one of the best people in the world to make shepherd's pie. But the thing was, when we was raised on shepherd's pie, she'll make it for a whole week. And we say, Mama, we hungry.
You better get that shepherd's pie.
Go there and get that shepherd's pie and warm it up, boy. My brother, he's like, man, we got to get us some milk. Dog, if we don't want to starve, we finna go in there and warm up that shepherd's pie. So we go in there and ate the shepherd's pie. I mean, she made enough for a whole week. So she don't have to do nothing else. Go in there and warm it up. So the shepherd's pie. But then we laughed, we joked, had a good time. But then when we left, we gave each other a hug. And when I got in my car, I just said, this is my wife. I know this lady's going to be my wife. I just knew she was going to be my wife. That was the way I was feeling at the time. It was a good feeling. I haven't felt like that in a long while. And that right there told me that this was the woman I was going to be married to. So our first date was really, really cool.
And then asked me how I felt.
How did you feel about
it? It was all right. No, I'm just playing, y'all.
It was all right. Y'all see where she's sitting at right now, right? She right here next to me. She right here.
It was cool. I mean, I was nervous coming, to the date and stuff. But I mean, after I left, I was cool. I thought it was a really nice date. We enjoyed each other, like you said. We laughed, and it was just good just to be able to have good conversation, and everything like that. So,
and I offered, and Tippins was known for their desserts, and I offered to buy her a dessert at the end of the night, and she acted like she didn't want her no dessert and everything. And I know when she got back to work a couple hours later, she's like, I should have probably got me a dessert. That's what she said to herself. I should have got me a dessert. She didn't get a dessert, but that was our first date, man, a memorable date. And then we segue on to premarital counseling.
No.
What do we segue on to? Meeting our families. I'm sorry. We segue to meeting each other's families.
How do you go from first date to premarital counseling?
Yeah. I just jumped. Hey, wait till y'all see Move In, Move Out. It's coming up shortly.
So yeah, we met each other's family. And
what was your first impression of my family?
They was nice. They was crazy. I mean, they kept you laughing. So I mean, it was almost like I remember my cousin used to always say, I'm gonna go to this family reunion. I'm like, whose family reunion? We're not having a family reunion. I'm finna just walk into the picnic or whatever. And he did. But it's just kind of like that. Like you just walk into a family reunion and you already know them, but you don't, but you feel like you know them. So that's kind of how it was. Like I felt like I already knew your family because they just surrounded me with love and laughter and stuff.
It was
So everybody
cool.
was there. Your mom, Granny.
Yep. My Aunt Violet,
Yep.
my Aunt
Violet, Boo
Annette,
Boo.
Aunt Boo Boo, my brother.
He was in and out. Keelan gonna be like, why she keep saying I was in and out? But I didn't really. I mean, he came, but then he left.
He was there. He had some activity, but he was there. My cousin Adam, Candy, a lot of other cousins. Almond, everybody.
She was just a baby.
Squirrel was a little dude then too, man, and baby too.
So it was 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
He invited me over, and his mom, she was barbecuing.
I can't forget, Uncle Jay was there.
Yeah.
If you guys remember Uncle Jay in the first episode, that was the uncle with the Jerry curl. And at that time when he had the Jerry curl, this is 2000. That curl was wet, moist, and curly. But now, 25 years later, Uncle Jay Jerry curl is on life support.
He gonna get
I don't care what type of activator, what type of moisturizer.
Uncle Jay, I still love you.
Uncle Jay,
but you gotta
looks like. Who do he look like?
I ain't gonna say it. Uncle Jay, we love you.
He looked like he looked like Al Green after he got the grits poured on him. He looked like Al Green after the grits got poured on him. That's how Uncle Jay her is right now.
That's funny.
We had a good time at my house, at my family's house. She laughed. She just fit right in real good and everything.
Yes.
So after that,
you met my family.
I met her mom and her dad, and I met them on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I went over to the house on Thanksgiving,
and it was a long lapse in between because my parents they live in Iowa. So they would come and visit and stuff. So I don't know because they used to come quite often. So I don't know.
But they came and we had the long lapse, and they came and I came and knocked on the door. I'm like, okay,
because I cooked Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, and I'm
so your mom came with you.
I don't know what's gonna happen and everything. I say, we just go in here and but as soon as I walked through the door, her mom just started smiling and she just ran over there to me and gave me a huge hug.
Oh, Brian, I'm so glad to see you again.
And I felt the love in that hug, man. That was one of those.
That's my mama.
I felt the love in that hug. And then her dad came over and I was reaching out my hand to shake his hand. And her dad gave me a hug and embraced me. And I'm like, wow, these people just embraced me and just took me in just like that. And it was just an amazing time. We sat, we ate, we just talked. And me and her dad, we hit it off so good because her dad we connected on the level of sports. And we connected because her dad is a Cardinals fan. And we talked about baseball. Every time he come to town, what are those Cardinals doing right now? I say, man, I don't know, man. They do good, then they do bad and everything. But we laugh and we talk about the Cardinals. And then after we got married, I surprised him and took him down to the new Busch Stadium. Busch Stadium just opened, and we went down there and saw a Cardinal game. And he was like he was in seventh heaven. He was like a little kid. Yeah. I bought him a hot dog. I bought him a Coke. I bought him some popcorn and stuff. We shared some popcorn and we just watched the game and had fun, man.
Yeah.
And that was the connection that we built and that bond we built and everything. So
rest in peace to Pops.
Yes. So speaking of Pops, we ended up
okay, wait a minute. So so we met your dad
on Christmas.
But when you came to my house Thanksgiving, did you ask my dad about marriage? I thought you did.
Did I?
I think you did. You had to ask that time.
I think I may have asked him.
I wasn't in the room, but I think you had
asked.
You and
your mom went in the back there, and we were just talking about it and everything.
Yeah.
And I knew from then, I knew he we connected and everything, and I
Yeah.
think he felt safe and comfortable with giving this baby girl to me.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it was a cool time. And then, like she said, we fast forward a little bit to Christmas.
Mhm.
Uh, we go over my dad. I told her, I said, she was asking, let me see, I want to meet your dad. I want to meet your dad.
Yeah.
Me and my dad was really, really close. My dad was a real good financial provider and everything. But it wasn't like the father son go to the ball game, go do this, or come to sporting events. He was just a hard worker. My dad worked two jobs
Mhm.
simultaneously for over 35 years. He worked as a security supervisor for Sticks Burn Fuller, then it turned to Famous and Ball, then it turned to Macy's. But he was a security supervisor for over 35 years, as well as working simultaneously as a police officer for the St. Louis Police Department for over 40 years.
Yeah.
So he was just busy. He just worked, work, 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 work. And when my dad left the police department, he called in sick only 3 times in 40 some years.
Mm.
And when he retired, I'm telling my dad's business. But when he retired, they at that time they cut people sick time checks,
Mm.
and he got a sick time. They paid him for 40 years of sick time.
Oh wow. That's
That was a little
crazy.
over 400 and some $1,000 that
That's
they paid him
crazy.
for his sick time. That's just sick time. That's not his pension. That's not none of his
Right.
other stuff.
Right.
Just sick time. So uh
But yeah, so I met Dad,
and
and when I saw him, cause where did we meet him at? Over at
we no,
your
we went at his house.
no.
No, we went over my Aunt Evelyn house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to my Aunt Evelyn,
Yeah.
rest in peace. That's my cousin Nate and William's mom.
Yeah. So we met him over there,
Yeah.
and as soon as he came, he was coming like down the stairs or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and I looked at him and I was like, "Oh, that's your twin." I was like, "That is your daddy." Laugh, joking, all that stuff. So that was definitely his dad. But yeah, Pops was cool. Papa D, that's what we call him. He was cool. Cool person.
Yeah.
Never met a stranger. Again, that's just how he was.
And everybody knew my dad by
Yeah.
the distinct voice. He'd
Hmm.
just turn around and be like, "Hey, baby, how are you?" And that, if I'm lying, but that's exactly how he sounded, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
The real high pitched voice.
Yep.
And if you guys knew him, man, I'm telling you, he was somebody. All my friends, everybody loved him.
Yep.
He was just that comical, and he would curse you out too.
Yep.
Yeah, I was on a couple ends of those cussing outs, but hey, I'm the man I am today.
Yep. So that's how we met each other's family
That's how we met
basically.
each other's family.
Yeah. And
And
then we go to
premarital
premarital counseling.
counseling.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And if you guys are thinking about getting married, uh, or in the process of dating with
Serious dating.
yeah, dating with a purpose, you want to
Hmm.
get married, uh, go to premarital counseling.
Yeah.
That right there will be the foundation of your marriage. That premarital counseling is critical.
Yeah.
It's the blueprint on how you just like you frame a house. It's
Hmm.
the blueprint on how you frame the house. That's gonna be the blueprint on how you frame your marriage.
Hmm.
Premarital counseling.
It's part of the foundation. God is always your
God is
foundation.
always the root of the
Um,
foundation.
but
Yes.
you also need that premarital counseling because when you get in a bind on anything in your marriage,
Yes.
you want to have that. And one thing I am grateful for is that even just for my parents, they were married over 50 something years.
Hmm.
So we could always go back, to that and look at how they did stuff and things like that. So, but yeah, premarital counseling, it was good. It was 8 weeks long.
Yeah.
We did it at the church I belonged to at the time.
Hmm.
So, it was in person sometimes. And then if the pastor was out, then he would tape it and then we could go and like be in the group setting and watch it.
Yeah.
So, it was good. We enjoyed it. You
We
missed two
did.
sessions,
I
but
missed one session. She always saying two. One session.
How
is
about a
what I
session and
miss.
a half?
It can't be no. It's either you in or out.
Okay.
Now that's how it's gonna be when people try to get to heaven. You can't just put one foot in heaven and one foot out of heaven. It's either you going in.
Is your foot in?
Man, my feet gonna be steadfast in.
I heard that.
God gonna turn around and say, "Hey, bro, man,
what do you say to do dirty?
Turn your butt around, nigga."
We play too much.
That was on Baby Boy. So if you ain't never watched it, man, D Dirty say, "I want to get to heaven. I want to be baptized." Jody, he say, "I don't want to get to heaven." And the Lord say, "Turn your butt around." I just said but you know, hey, that's what he said. But
right.
But
yeah, so counseling is definitely some premarital counseling. I'll say that is really good. Even marriage counseling after you get married. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why people say, "Oh, you know, I don't want to." If we having problems, I don't want to deal with, you know, going to marriage counseling. But marriage counseling and premarital counseling is important. And sometimes it's good to just do marriage counseling and after so many years, just to kind of make sure you're still on course. Yeah.
That's a refresher.
Yeah.
It's good to just refresh and renew and just get additional information and everything and just share life experiences. Yeah. Because as you travel through this journey you call marriage, you're going to have some life experiences that you can share with a younger generation that's getting ready to think about getting married. Somebody that's already married, that's experiencing turmoil in their relationship or their marriage. And they may say, "Hey, how do I navigate through this?" Yeah. And that's what we hope to do with our sessions and our podcast, to just give information, share information. Yeah. But the marriage counseling was really, really good. We really had us a good time in marriage counseling. And I learned so much. It was a lot of things that we went through the marriage counseling that later on down the line after we got married, we like, oh, we talked about this in marriage counseling.
Yeah. So premarital counseling.
It's the same thing. We say marriage counseling, but it's premarital counseling, period. Premarital counseling.
Okay, so let's talk about the move in and move out. So my lease was up.
Here it comes, y'all. The move in, move out.
So my lease was coming up for renewal, or being, you know, I was going to have to renew my lease. Mm-hmm. So I told him, I said, well, I don't want to renew my lease, especially if we're going to get married and move in. You know, I'm going to move in with you. But before we got to that, we were kind of like, okay, do you want to move over here, or do I move in with you?
No, she wanted me to move in with her.
Because I was comfortable over there.
She was comfortable, but I had a townhouse.
Plus, I didn't have the shenanigans in that previous.
She talked about the shenanigans from.
So you know, my place was, you know, it was nice and, you know, it was peaceful. We didn't have no spirits in there, you know, nothing like that.
Here she go. She talked about the spirits. Me and Keela. She said we had spirits in the house, man. We had different Lord Jesus. Father help me.
Fix it, Jesus.
But her apartment was smaller than my townhouse and everything.
It was.
And she was like, let's just move over here. First of all, you ain't had no wash and dryer. You had to go to the laundromat.
No, we had the laundry thing down in the basement.
That means you had to run downstairs to check your laundry, make sure ain't nobody steal your shorts,
they
your
weren't
shirt.
Stealing.
But still.
Okay.
You at my house, you put it in, you go put it in there, sit down on the couch, go back in there, take it out, fold while you watching TV. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. So we talk about the amenities of the apartment. I had a dishwasher. I had a washer dryer.
It was quiet.
Had an upstairs, downstairs. What'd you say?
It was quiet.
My neighborhood was quiet. Hmm? minus that weekend. Minus episode 1. It was quiet, y'all. But so she moved in, and my cousin Carl, aka Larry Bisbee,
he moved me.
Cuz moved her, and
I had a plant. Y'all want to hear the story? Y'all want to hear? I had a really nice plant, and I I said, just make sure. I should have just took the plant in my own car. That was my fault. But again, anywho, I told him you better replace my plant. Still ain't got my plant.
25 years later, still ain't got.
But he
plant.
did move us. He moved me.
And he moved us twice, man. Cuz moved us a couple times.
Yeah,
man.
when we moved into our house.
Yep, because he did that and he moved you.
Mm-hmm.
And when she moved in, this is very important, guys. When she moved in, I moved out.
Because I did not shack with
her. I did not stay with her.
That's what the old people say, shacking.
That's what they
What the new people say.
Living together. Living together. Playing house.
Right, playing house.
That's what they do it, playing house. So she moved in, I moved out. I moved over with my Aunt Annette. And
because his mom was like, "You're not finna live there." She moved in. And my mom was like, "I know y'all not gonna be shacking."
Oh yeah. And my daddy, he was like, "Go for it, son."
That's what he said.
Yes. My daddy was off the chain, man. He said, "Go for it." But I moved over with my aunt and everything. It was this was less than a month before we went down the aisle and got married and everything. So I still had a lot of my stuff over at the house. So I'll leave work and then I'll go over to the house and just kick around with her, chill out and stuff. And my aunt, one particular night, she called. And what did she say when she called?
Oh,
my Aunt Annette. My Aunt Annette called over to the house.
She said, Vanessa's Brian. Now we still had house phones. She said, "Is Brian over there?" I said, "Yeah, he downstairs." She said, "Tell him it's time for him to come back over to the house. He ain't supposed to be over there that late anyway." I said, "Brian," I said, "You supposed to be gone. Tell him I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving."
Now, this is the thing. My flesh was crawling, y'all. My flesh was crawling. And the word of God saying, "The flesh dwelleth no good thing."
I like how he quoted scripture.
But my flesh was crawling. I mean, it was racing.
He's talking about his flesh crawling.
That last month. Oh man, I say, man, I just want to just can we just get a little closer and stuff and everything. And we started kissing.
Then you had to go. Goodbye.
And because like Brown said, you can get pregnant from kissing. So Mr. Brown said you can get pregnant from kissing. So I said, man, I got to get up out of here, man, because I was go seeing. She had these little gray shorts on, little booty shorts, y'all.
I do not remember them shorts.
I remember them shorts. You had them even after we got married. Some little gray little booty shorts, man, and she was just walking around. I was like, oh man. Then we got on the couch and kissed and everything, and she just making it seem like my flesh was the only one that was crawling. Right. Your flesh didn't crawl?
I didn't say that, but what I'm saying is
you just see, we trying to keep it real.
Okay, we real.
Okay, was your flesh crawling?
It was.
You wanted me, didn't you? Hey, I think if somebody would have said, "Let's go," I think the other person would have probably caved in. Because we were so close to the finish line, but we wanted to go in there with a pure marriage and everything. So
yeah, want your 1 foot being over there in hell.
No, I just say nah. Woo. But my flesh was crawling, y'all. It was crawling like mud. Hers was crawling, but hers, I don't know if hers was crawling like mine.
Hey,
mine was out of control, man.
Stay focused.
Okay, that's what's up. So after we did that, we get over to the wedding day.
Yeah.
So wedding day get here
June 2nd.
June 2nd, 2001. Mm-hmm. Now, the wedding, this wasn't your ordinary wedding day. Me and my dad, I told my dad, he knew what I had going on. If you guys go back and check out
Shenanigans.
Episode 1, you'll see everything that I had going on. So episode 1 told you what I did, what I had going on. So wedding day, my dad say, and a lot of people didn't know this. Vanessa she found this out not too long ago. But my dad had 2 uniformed police officers outside the church where we got married at. he showed his officers the couple young ladies I was dealing with and stuff, and there was pictures of them. And if they came anywhere near the church, they would go and get arrested for trespassing. Vanessa was like, I cannot believe that. So my dad, by him being a police officer and the commander,
I remember
he had his
seeing the
officers
cops
right there. They was right outside in front of the church.
I remember seeing the cops,
They
but
were
I
right
didn't
there.
know that was the story behind it. But don't worry,
That
I
was
got
the
my little
story.
ride or die bridesmaids.
Yeah, yo, and hey, I'm telling y'all, all her bridesmaids.
Now you leave them alone.
I love all of them dearly. They're my sisters, but she got some thug bridesmaids, y'all. Every bridesmaid she had breast tattoos and had tattoos on the chest and stuff.
Did you say breast tattoos?
That's what it was. That's why That's why my groomsmen was just peeking over and stuff. All of them had chest tattoos.
Shout out to the bridesmaids.
Crazy. Hey, every one of them.
And the groomsmen.
And the groomsmen too, man. Hey, we had us a good little time at the wedding party, at the party and everything. But we end up going to so we get married. We there, and I told her what happened and everything. I just shared with her what happened about my dad with the police officers out there. But before that, my dad got some information on.
Yeah, how you gonna do a background check?
She did a background check on Vanessa, and he said,
"I'm like,
yes, he ran her name. We wanted to make sure you was good before we skedaddle down there."
Who does that? I still need I need to know why.
Well, you can't ask him on this side. But he did a background check on her. Hey,
I ain't never had like nobody do like a background check. Like,
he never dated a policeman's son.
I guess
he did. Hey, my dad did background checks.
I should have did one on you.
My dad did background checks on my sister's husbands, my brother, fiance, and if he was still here, he would do a background check on my younger sister, whoever she's dealing with. That's what he did. So we go, and the wedding day was just amazing. It was just one of those amazing days.
Remember we almost ran out of gas getting to the reception.
Yeah, we almost ran out of gas, man. Shout out to my boy Ches, man. Ches like, where y'all at, man? I said, we trying to get some gas. We finna get some gas, man. Ches rode where we was at the gas station, got out the car. Ches paid for our gas and pumped our gas for us. He said, man, you ain't finna do that on your day, man. So my boy Ches took care of us, man, and everything.
I think that's something that you do all the time.
What, run out of gas? I don't be doing it all. I ain't ran out of gas in a minute. But now we got AAA, so ain't no more running out of no gas. We got 5 free service calls. Shout out to AAA. But went to the reception, had an amazing time, and the reception was just a reception full of love, man. We had people from my old church that went and cooked food, man. I mean, cooked food from their heart. Great time. Great.
We just had everybody like family.
Yeah, family. They chipped in and everything.
Yeah.
They bought the food. They cooked it, and a couple people who at my other church, they gave us money, but then they said they wanted to do something extra for us. So they put on aprons and served people. And that was the biggest show of love, man. I'm talking about people who did it. I mean, from my old church, Sister Brown, Sister Young, Mozella Young, Jeannie Campbell, Wanda Thorpe, Sister Carrie Bond, and our wedding coordinator. We had probably one of the greatest wedding coordinators in Terry Lakes. Yeah, Terry was a great coordinator. You wouldn't have never known this was her first ever wedding she coordinated because it just ran flawless. And she did an amazing job.
Yeah, she did.
Had a great time, wedding, reception. Then we went on our honeymoon. We went out to Las Vegas for our honeymoon.
You know what I was just thinking about?
What?
How I'm going back to the reception. So we, of course, we did a video. So our wedding video, we started off back at Shop and Save, and we reenacted how we met.
We did.
And so we went to the Shop and Save on 367. That's where we met at 367 in Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because I had my mom and dad to come into town. So my mom was there. She was in the wedding video. And she acted like she went up to Brian and stuff. And they blocked off the whole aisle. So that way nobody could come down there. I mean, we did that. Now that I think about it, it's kind of funny, but that's a memory that we'll always have.
And the wedding we had it on VHS. We still got a VHS VCR tape that our wedding was
We need to get it transferred over.
That's how we tell our age and everything. But we went to Vegas, had a great time in Vegas. Mm-hmm. We stayed in the MGM Grand, and
he was scared to get on the flight.
I was, because there was a little Caucasian kid named Mikey, and he was like, "This your first flight?" I said, "For a long time, yeah." He said, "Oh, don't worry about it. In the next hour, we'll crash." I'm looking like this little dude, like he wasn't number probably like 8 or 9. And then he just started laughing.
Funny, but
he just bust out laughing and everything. I'm over here just nervous. Vanessa, look at me.
Because I look back at him because he was sitting like 2 or 3 rows behind me on the other side. And I just looked at him before we started taking off. And I looked back and he had like this blank look on his face. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, just chill out, relax, But it was a lot of turbulence because of the storm. There and back.
Because of a storm. Mm-hmm. So got to MGM Grand. I ended up getting lost. We were hungry, and we had a McDonald's inside the MGM Grand.
I was in the room.
She was in the room for like close to an hour, man, while I'm trying to get this McDonald's and stuff. So I get to the McDonald's, and I ordered her, one of her favorites was the 2 cheeseburger meal with a Sprite, and then I got a quarter pounder meal. And the 2 cheeseburger meal and the quarter pounder meal ran me a little over $40. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, what is going on with this? $40? You go to any other McDonald's back in 2001, you get a value. I could get both value meals for around $10.
Yeah.
We spent $40 at the MGM Grand.
And he don't know when he was gone. It seemed like it was longer than an hour.
It was an hour.
Okay.
Wow.
But it seems longer. But anyway, I was like, where did he go? Where is he at? And I actually was really worried because I didn't know. And I was crying. I was up in the room crying. I was like, okay, Lord, where is Brian at? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he comes through the door and I'm like, where was you at? Like, what happened?
I told you, I got lost in that big old hotel.
And where was your cell phone?
In the room. In the room. But we had a great time on our honeymoon. We had a couple activities planned. Our Grand Canyon tour got canceled.
No, we slept through it.
We slept in.
Yeah, we slept in. So
recharging our batteries. We slept in, but then we had a good time.
But it was hot.
Very hot.
Because we got married in June.
So it was kind of really humid out there in Las Vegas.
We tried to like walk down the strip like during the day, which we did a couple times, but we only got so far. Yeah. So we tried to do it like closer to when the sun was going down.
Yeah.
But it was extremely hot, so you could only do so much.
Yeah, and we went and did our little Vegas rendezvous, had a good time. And then we came back home, and then that's when married life began. Mm-hmm. So we're going to stop it right here.
Yeah.
We thank you guys for tuning in tonight, man. Like, share, and subscribe to our video. We're going to get ready to
set your notifications.
Yes.
Because if you set your notifications, then you'll know like when we upload a video or something like that. So.
And not only we're going to do that, we're going to have little shorts and we're going to have more content that's going to be coming you guys' way. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to miss it and everything. In the next episode, we're going to be talking about our marriage journey.
Yeah.
The after.
Yeah,
after the honeymoon.
After the honeymoon. And then we're also going to talk about, this is a good one. we both were at separate churches.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about how we came together with one church.
Yes.
Did we go to his church? Did we go to mine? Did we find one together? So that's a big thing, especially when couples don't meet in church, the same church. You got couples that meet, wherever.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna talk about pet peeves when we had, and because
that's pet peeves we still
had, and by us not living together, when we got back from Vegas, when we started living together and stuff, and we had to see how the other person lived and everything. So we got a lot to talk to you guys about on the next episode.
Before we leave though, but what was one of your pet peeves when I first moved in? Just give one, because I know you probably got many, but you shouldn't have many. But just give them one. I got one.
No. Let's just wait for the episode. Tune in next time for the next episode of the Power Wow with the Pals. I'm Brian.
I'm Vanessa, and we're the Pals.
See you next time. We pray God's blessings over you.